What's up, everybody, and welcome to Apocalypse Gaming. Today, we're going to have a reveal party from Hero Scrolls introducing their new Hero Scroll Ultra. We're going to be joined by the developers and the creators of Hero Scrolls and a couple of content creators that are going to hang out with us as well, watching the reveal. I personally so excited to see what they have for us, what they're going to bring, and how Hero Scroll Ultra gonna become something that we can use every day. Throughout the stream today, we're gonna be hanging out with Mafia and Duke, which are the two famous names behind Hero Scroll, and they're going to take us through everything they've been working on for the last maybe year or so. Alrighty, you know what time it is? It's boom boom time. Let me bring everybody in and unmute myself. Welcome everybody. Welcome Mafia, welcome Duke, welcome Dirty Dan, and I believe we'll also have the one and only, who is else we have in here? Who is here? Hello? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, welcome, welcome. Dirty Dan, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Very good, sir. Very good. Dookie, Hero Scroll is here as well. Here he is. How are you?
Good, brother. Appreciate you having us on.
Brother, it is a pleasure to have you on. And we have the one and only Mr. Mafia. How are you, brother?
Good, Habibi.
Good, good. Do we have anybody else on the chat? Because I can't see.
I think this is it for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is it for now. A couple of people got sick. Chat,
Perfect.
I think came down with COVID. So
Yeah, poor
yeah,
Chetsky
we'll
had
get through
COVID.
this, and we wish him the best.
Yes. Okay, they are really quiet. Let me adjust everything so you can hear them very well. All right, you should be able to hear everybody now. You want this,
Test,
Mafia, one more time? Yeah, one more time.
Can everybody
Hello.
hear me?
Yeah, I
Hello.
think that's very good.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the mic is yours. Mafia, tell us, or Duke, tell us what's been going on and what we're looking at and what's happening.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate you having us on. Ultra started. Well, I'll take you back to the beginning of Hero Scrolls itself. It started late 2024. Mafia, Fuzzy, everyone knows Fuzzy, and I kind of got together along with a few others, and we're really looking at Run of the Kingdom and everything that takes to do so. And as everyone's well aware, being leadership in Rise of Kingdoms is a full-time job and then some. So really, Hero Scrolls started that. How can we make that easier for people? What can we do to maximize efficiency? And it kind of blossomed from there. It started with scans, and then we always knew the future was going to be this.
Mm-hmm.
Ultra probably started in, I would say, spring of 25. Mafia, tell me if I'm off there, but it's been borderline pushing a year now in development. So it is the number one companion app that's ever been out for something like this. Nothing like this has ever been done. Believe it's something that's going to be often imitated, but good luck catching it.
So we're saying here that you guys made an app. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah,
it's
so
just not a website.
Yeah, no, it's not a website. So it kind of just started off as a kind of a pet project, at least for me.
Mm-hmm.
I had never even intended Hero Scrolls to go outside Kingdom 2906 at the time I made it. And, as people started migrating away and other people started kind of seeing it, they started asking for it. So I was like, let me just port that really quick and let other people kind of play with it. But it was never really intended to turn into the product like it did. And the more I started building it out, the more features that were being requested. So I actually threw everything away, started again. And it was kind of around that time that I had the idea of making a genuine companion app that wasn't just for Discord bots to download data. It was really trying to gamify the whole experience. My background is in game development. I've been making games for about 39 years. Yeah, I'm an old guy, but it's what I do. I own a software development company, and this is just something I kind of do for fun on the weekends. So
Wow.
we thought about like, hey, how can we do something a little bit different outside of Discord? So Hero Scrolls Ultra is kind of a companion platform for games. So you can probably see here that there's a launcher up here. We can add multiple applications to this. We will have it for Call of Dragons. We'll have it for Rise of Kingdoms. We have some other products we're going to push this out to. And not only just to gamify the data, but there's some other things that we're going to show you as well, feature-wise, when we get a little bit deeper into our demo today for the product. And this is not only going to run on PC, it will run on iOS and Android. So
Wow.
so those builds are up and running. We're demoing the PC version today. Our expectation is to make this available to the public about a week from today. And then probably about a week after that, because we got to submit to the Play Store and the App Store and stuff. About a week after that, those should get approved, and we'll be able to roll those out as well for everybody to use.
Wow.
So there's only one feature that we're going to have that will not be available, and I'll talk about it when we get to it on iOS. But everything else will work in parity with what you have on the PC build. So we're super excited about it, and you'll kind of get to see some of the stuff that we've developed here, and we have a ton of ideas that are going to go beyond even this too. But it really was just trying to move away from the OCR stuff that just got so problematic. I remember when I started, like things taking like 8 hours for basic scans, and then all that stuff started getting faster and faster. And then there was things like uploading screenshots, like for your troops and your deads, and it's like your battle readiness and all that kind of stuff. So we're really just trying to solve problems and give not only players but kingdom management solutions for everything. I know there's another subject that really nobody wants to talk about as well, which we'll probably do maybe a different segment, which is dealing with the piloting and all that kind of stuff around it. And while we're not going to go into it, like, we don't, we don't really condone any of that stuff, but we have developed a lot of tools to help players manage their own accounts when their friends use their accounts and stuff like that. So so that's kind of what this is.
Keep up with what's going on with your account when you're not there.
Yeah, and you'll get to see some of that very lightly here. As I show off some of the features and just kind of what it means for you. So
so I understand that right. You telling me that this is not only going to be a program that on PC for PC users, it's also going to be available on phones. So it's going to be on both. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can play it on your tablets. You'll be able to use it on your Android devices, and so it really is going to be a multi-platform application.
That's great.
It's not just a website. It's not just a link. It is truly a companion app on all devices.
Yeah. Guys, I just would like to particularly welcome everybody to the stream. As you can see, we're doing a reveal, so I'm trying to be quiet so we can understand about the reveal. I just want to take a moment to say, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. It is always a pleasure to have you here. And also one small thing, I put the donation alerts on hold during the launch so we can actually not interrupt it all the time. And I promise you I'll play them all after we do the launch. I appreciate all the support and the love. Thank you for being here. Go ahead, guys.
All right. And so one of the other things that was important to us when we were developing this is localizing everything. So currently the Hero Scrolls bot does not support any languages at all other than English. So the entire app will be fully localized into various languages. So we have Spanish, French, Dutch, Vietnamese, Spanish, Korean, Japanese, Russian. So, and it's really easy for us to add the extra languages into this as well. So if there's other countries or regions that we may have missed or overlooked, we built a lot of tools to make it easy for us to also localize into different languages all of our stuff.
Perfect.
And once you see all the stuff that we have, it'll be quite a bit. So anyways, so what you're looking at here is our launcher. Like I said, this has all the extra games you'll be able to add. You'll be able to set your language right here from the start if you want to. This will notify you automatically. You'll be able to update. If things aren't working, you can go uninstall, verify the files. Very familiar to anybody that has played pretty much any PC game. This is what you get. So We will have update notices here about what patches and build notes are taking place or new releases. But that's what this is. This is just our launcher. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up just the PC in widescreen, try to make it as big as possible for you to see.
Yeah, yep.
What is going on. So at first, you can see your governor. There's some other stuff up here. Just this. You can ignore the piloting stuff.
Yeah.
That is there that we had discussed. But there's a bunch of it here. So I'm going to go ahead and hide a bunch of this stuff now. We'll probably do something later about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could collapse and expand all these little things down here if you want. If you don't want certain things on your menu, you'll be able to customize them all from here. Put whatever you want on your hotkeys.
So you can pick which one you want to have on the front screen.
Yeah, but I'm gonna undo most of them except for the pilot one. I'm gonna go ahead and hide that. We don't really condone that.
Yeah, but you can explain it. Like you can explain it. I'm not too worried about explaining it.
Here's the thing on that, man. Like, our stance, we understand it's part of the game. We don't promote it. We don't condone it. But at the same time, our whole focus is providing tools for players. It's for
managing.
They can get easier to be an effective kingdom. It is to keep your account safe. We've all heard the horror stories. And, it's everyone invests a lot of money and a lot of time in these games. A lot of us have been playing for 6-7 years now. So, we just want people to protect their investments.
I agree.
Yeah. So I'm going to start a little backwards here. I'm going to go ahead and show off the Hall of Heroes stuff. It's kind of, pretty much the most basic, but it is also one of the things that at the end of every KVK, having to take screenshots of your stuff and upload it to your kingdom, just to see what you've done. It's kind of annoying. I will say something really quick, that when you start using Ultra, all of this data, we are going to do a pretty big overhaul on the main Hero Scrolls Discord bot.
Mm-hmm.
So all these quick reports that people want and a lot of the bio stuff and a few of the other features, we will roll all that stuff back into the Discord bot. So you'll have access to that stuff there. So you don't only have to use this, but you'll definitely want to. So going into the Hall of Heroes here, I'm going to go ahead and scroll up here to the top. So you can see it's pulling in. Basically, these are exactly what I had for my T5 and Tier 4 deads. All the deads by type. So we have a lot of information there. Also, the resources that were spent over that time. You'll be able to toggle. Yeah, you'll be able to toggle on and off. Your different tier types for deads. As you see, I pretty much only use T5. So that's my deads over time. You can also look at your resources that were spent. You can toggle all this stuff on and off, which is awesome. We track daily deads too. So I can see what I lost per day and how many resources were spent per day while you're fighting. So, and then you could adjust basically different filters for this based on different times. So this is obviously going to be super helpful, because now basically numerous times per day, you'll be able to track just how efficient your troop and dead usages were while you're fighting, especially like when other people, like your friends, use your account and you're like, hey, well, how did I lose so much crap on that? Oh, I see. That's when you were playing. I see. You were playing it that day.
That's
so,
true.
yeah. So, like I said, pretty basic, but it's just information that is super useful, and not having to even take a single screenshot, and just having that information available for kingdom management now is going to be huge, because there's always this thing is like, well, what's my capability to keep fighting? And, for those of us that, played in, and those of us that had observed the last KVK, where there was a 7 or 8 day, I totally forget because I don't think anyone slept, Kingsland fight, at any one particular point, you need to know, like, can we sustain this? Like, can we keep going? So, knowing kind of how many deads people have taken and having all that stuff aggregated together is going to be important. So we have a battle readiness thing here. This serves a bunch of different purposes, and there's a bunch of different categories. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch here to like a 90-day view for this, which is going to cut off a bunch of stuff here, which is fine. So it'll track all of your speed ups for every type that you have, how many you're averaging per day, this tracks
Ooh.
probably a couple of 100 times a day to be updated. And you'll be able to also do the same thing with your resources. So it'll track how many resources you're gaining per day over time. You could do some other stuff, like you can include your RSS tokens so you can see those change. For me, like when I toggle that stuff on and off, it'll go through and it'll add all that stuff to it.
I see.
Yeah, I have the same thing with my
Ooh.
materials here. So it'll show individually what I've had, or I could turn off this one here. It'll go into a little bit more detail. Or I could show, if I wanted to combine all of my things and promote them all to legendary, what that would look like. And this is useful for some other stuff, but it is kind of nice to see like what your progression is. All these charts are customizable. So if you want to make your charts, bigger or smaller, if I can go in here and grab this.
That's good, because I just read in the chat, someone was saying, some people they don't like too complicated charts. Able to do this will make it simplify it. That's great.
Yeah, you can make them larger, smaller. You can show the data points if you want. You can turn them off. You can turn on and off the grids, the labels, etc. So we did that. You can also favorite them if you want. So the ones that you actually care about, you can put those at the top. We also have it for all of the action points that you have and what your
this is actually the first thing coming to my mind here. Sorry for interrupting you, Mafia, but if you're someone that does the bowlers run and you want to keep up, you want to understand how much you're gaining out of it, this is going to be a great tool for you to understand what you're gaining from your bowlers run and doing the keeps and the camps. I think it's great.
Yeah. So you'll have all the action point stuff, experience, just because we can, all of your experience books, and then also aggregated into, like, if you wanted to level up and max out commanders, it tells you exactly how many commanders you could do.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oppo, I agree with you completely. Baller runs, barb chaining, everything, right? Forts, all that. What maximizes your AP usage is so key for players anymore. For
absolutely
generating in the off season. Let's be real; it's all about maximizing speed ups for KVK. So
exactly, and having a graph in front of you that explains, okay, for the last 7 days when I did that, look what I gained. It keeps you encouraged also to continue. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you can see, like, this is where I maxed out Senzu Prime when it came out, so you can see that drop down, and then it just slowly build back up. So. Yeah, it's super helpful stuff. Come over to sculptures. We do the same thing. We track your legendary heads, all of your epic commander heads, etc. All the way down. You could filter all this stuff if you want, just to see kind of what you're gaining, what you're spending, and also all of your individual sculptures will show up here. I don't have a lot of small ones left, so but they're all there. And then you'll be able to just kind of see. Yeah, you'll be cracking issues. You'll be able to see what you have over time for that. And then I actually have it. It's not in here, but a conversion table too that will tell you how many of those you will need to actually max out your star levels for your commanders as well. So I just was trying not to add too much stuff to this before the call to break it.
Thank you.
So. We have, and then just, more data to cover your keys over time. People really maybe don't care, but it is kind of nice to see, once again, just what your daily grind is. And then we can also do projections off of all this, right? Like once you have a certain amount of historical data, you're like, well, on average, my play style, I'm going to get, X number of these per day or whatever. So, so that's kind of the battle readiness stuff. There's a whole bunch of other stuff we have planned behind that. A lot of this stuff is kind of hidden, but it's coming out, and all this stuff will be available when we launch that you're seeing here.
Perfect.
So I don't know what I just did there. I think I double clicked something and might have borked something, but it's all right. We'll see. All right. So KVK performance. So this will show you how you did in a particular KVK. So if I come over here to like Tides of War,
wow, breaks that down.
Yeah, it's going to show me like all the kills I had, the deads that I took, what my acclaim level was, all of that. And obviously we'll track the time frame for that, show you all the camps that were involved, what my power drops were, kills by change. And then we have a grading system, and we'll release kind of how this works. I have a couple ideas that I'm going to add for a little bit more granularity on some of this. So there's overall grades that take place like for your thing. So this is my last KVK. So based on various metrics, it kind of tells you, whether you're a garrison or a rally leader, if you spend a lot of time, field fighting, taking a lot of deads, all that kind of fun stuff, it'll have that. But then it's also, if you notice up here, I have your KVK history for all the KVKs that you participated in.
Even previous ones?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can see these. Yeah. So these are all mine. So now if I go down, you could see this is my historical performance and grades based on those same metrics. So I could compare my past KVK performance. So you can see at some point I was not very efficient, and I really kind of sucked because I didn't know how to play the game. But then I started learning a little bit better how to play. My equipment started getting better, and you can see my efficiency started going up. And then, with that, my kill points started going up, etc. So it's nice to go and see these kind of trends. You see a lot of participation here because I think this is one of the ones where I dropped like 100 and something million power in a single KVK because I was just swarming everything. But anyways, so yeah, this is just kind of a nice graph to see how your performance was over time. Like I said, we will be releasing just information about like how this works, and so you could try to figure out better ways to improve yourself. But you get some little like hints here, like the quality of your kills was a little bit better. The number of kill points that you gained relative to where you were at before has grown. So just lots of good information to share. And once again, like I just like displaying kind of ranks that people are familiar with when playing games. Like if you're S, you're good, and if you're B or C, you're not that great. But it's kind of fun. So yeah, and you can switch through these. You can see who was in these various other camps, etc.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I could totally go back to all these older KVKs and see like what they were.
Wow.
This is this historical performance. These are over time, but I can still see these individual ones. So apologies, I had to cough. So there's your performance for KVK overview, which is kind of one of my more fun things that we have. Let me see, go back to the home page.
A lot of data in one place, especially with the history as well. That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
So this KVK calendar, while it works, there's going to be a lot more stuff going into here. We'll ignore the coverage thing, but this is where you can have your friends signed up.
Yes.
And this will break down into an hour by hour breakdown as well. So it's going to be super granular. We've held off on pushing this because it's a pretty big change, but this will pull in all of the data that you have for anything that's scheduled through your Hero Scrolls events that you create, as well as events that are going to happen in your KVK that might be scheduled, whether it's like a fort event that leadership set up or it's a pass opening. All of these things will show up here and be covered, and then you can put the times you can play, the times your friends might be able to play for you, etc. So that's what's going to go on there.
Just like a word calendar, but for your account.
Yeah, and so the nice thing about this being an application as well is we can also send you notifications. So you could get push notifications about like, oh, by the way, tomorrow is KVK. You've got 8 hours. You better sleep, hydrate, whatever. So let's see. So we've covered that.
Let's dive into inventory.
All right, let's go down into inventory. All right.
So I will tell you guys, I firmly believe this. Mafia can say whatever he wants, but this was truly only created so he knew if I was spending all of his gems or not.
That's actually a true story. Yeah, he's like, oh, you have over 2 million gems. Let me fix that. Yeah. So this is a breakdown of your inventory. Lots of summaries here about what you have. Everything is categorized for you and organized, so I can kind of see what my resources are up here. These are all chevrons, so I can, you could collapse them, expand them if you don't want to see them, etc. So you can see all my
gives you the totals.
Yeah, I could see all my gems. Yeah, it's like me, almost 2 million gems worth of tokens. I'm sitting on. I probably shouldn't have said that because now Duke's going to go and
Yeah, that's
log
enough,
into my
Mafia. We're gonna
account.
have to excuse you now. I'm sorry.
I need to spend
Yeah.
half of this for you.
Yeah. So just other things like your booster in here that you have for your expended training, the XP books, which we kind of went through, tracking your VIP points, which we can also do on the other performance thing and track that over time. So that is
Oh
there.
my
The action
God,
points you've already
wow.
saw, all the materials, all the individual chests, all the blueprints, how many you have of each of the blueprints. So we can go, let me collapse this. I know we can go down
Holy
through it, that's
moly.
fine.
The amount of information inside the app is crazy.
Yeah, so these are your fragments and how many you have of the individual blueprint things. There's the choice chest, your conquest chest. There's all the sculptures. Here's a bunch of mine, my starlight sculptures, and just some other miscellaneous stuff, that we're still adding. So, but this is just like my inventory. You can also come up here. You could search for stuff if you want to see if you had something in particular. You can just sort by legendary. So if I want to just sort legendary speed ups, I can come on here and be like, oh, cool. That's, there's my legendary speed ups. That's what I have for those, which not too bad for training, but really light over here. But that was just because of our recent KVK. So
Yeah.
So we're pretty excited about the inventory system, and just, getting to know what's there is nice when you're offline. So that kind of leverages in a bit to, guess I can go into the Foundry.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the Foundry is a place for you, since we know what your blueprints are, your fragments are, all of your material, all of your resources. We are able to allow you to kind of plan stuff that you might want to buy. So, I mean, we have basic filters over here. If you're like, oh, I want to make, boots and a helm and a ring, you could do that. Oh, I only want to make legendary stuff. That's fine. Or if you don't really know what you want to make, it's just like, what can I forge? You can click, can I forge it? I don't have any legendary stuff I can forge. So let me select all here and turn all there. And it's like, oh, I could select this stuff. So I can click on this item. I could see all of its stats. I could see all its material costs, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make that. So I'm going to add that, and let me go just make a legendary piece over here. Even though I can't forge one, I just want to see. I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to add this to the queue, and then I get to see from the queue, it'll sum up everything that I need to have in order to make it. And if I'm like, well, I didn't really want to make that helm, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back to what I actually can forge, and we're going to see what I can make from there. So we're going to not do that. We're just going to go add another helmet in here, and I'm going to go add these generic boots, which I don't know if anyone's ever made those before in the history of rock. So yeah, so now all of these cards will come out. You'll get a summary of what is needed to create those individual items. And then over here, you got just the summary of your materials from before, and then you could, select or add the material chests to your calculations in the forge if you want to be able to open chests to do that. So
just really got tired of spreadsheets, man. Just really got tired of the hassle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're pretty excited about this. It really turned out.
I don't think I've seen that
really
before. I've seen a lot of calculators that it doesn't make any freaking sense when you come to use it. It's just confusing. This one seems tells you everything.
It was kind of the same. It was kind of the same way for us too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was really annoying to have a spreadsheet, type all this stuff in, look at it, and especially with how fast things change in the game. It really is nice to just be like, oh, okay, I could do that. I can add that. And I could be like, oh, I need to get, X number of, legendary leather or whatever. So yeah, that is the forge. And since you were just talking about calculators too, everybody loves pushing Zenith and trying to figure out what they can train. So there's a lot going on here. Because there's a lot of functionality based on what you're trying to do.
Okay.
So at the top here, we have training, we have upgrades, we have
upgrades.
Yeah.
Oh.
And and an analysis thing, which based on all of your stats and your buffs will tell you the most optimal breakpoints for if you want to gem train, which I've done before. I don't recommend it. But yeah. So here it'll show you your current troop counts. So these are my current troop counts that I have. If I want to train different things, you can see down here, it's going to change what's required. And I can be like, well, I want to train tier 3 or tier 4. Well, I only want to train tier 5 and I want to train 50K of those. So I'm going to add those to my plan. Archers are kind of useless, so I'm only going to train like 2K of those. Sorry, Duke. And
add to plan.
Yeah, and so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do like 50K of these like tier 4 ones, add to plan. So it's calculating all my results here, and then you can see once again, similar to the other thing, that it will show me everything I need. And then if I was to gem purchase or gem buy this, what those breakdowns are. So if like I wanted to gem train this, what those based on all of my stats and my bonuses, what all that is. And so I have my buff section over here, which would pull all that information in for me. Right now I'm defaulting it, but you could edit these if you want, or we will pull them in for you automatically. So that's what the troop training plan is. So it obviously tells you how much power you would gain from all of that. If you're doing MGE, if you're doing Crusade, like what your point breakdowns are. And so, yeah, you could just add, if I keep adding these, you'll see my power keeps going up, my MGE points keep going up, and I have just a shitload of tier 4 that I train, but, probably don't want to train all those. So I'm just going to go ahead and click all those, get rid of them. So that is what that is for. Now, similarly, a lot of people will train like tier 4 in the off season, and then when there's a big push coming out, they'll upgrade. So you could also select that. It is aware of how many troops you have. So if you wanted to keep adding stuff to your plan, you could. So if I came in here to cavalry, I did max, and I am selecting the tier 5. I could add a bunch of that, but then it's just going to end up maxing out on me when I have nothing left. But because I did the tier 1, so I did the tier 3, upgraded tier 5. So you see, I only had 1.
Yes.
So it won't let me add more to the plan because that's all I could trade is that 1 troop. So that's kind of how that works. But if I change this from tier 4 to the tier 5, then I could add those to the plan, and then it'll adjust down for my balance, which is 40,800. So. And there you go. There's my 250s plus the 40, which is super awesome. And then healing is kind of the same way. Like once you know, okay, I'm rocking 6 marches or 7 marches or whatever. I'm mostly archers. Like I have this many troops. You could also add all these to the plan too, and it'll tell you how much time it takes to heal them and how much resources it takes to do that. So you could kind of figure out for yourself a little bit, like, yeah, this is what my capacity is to keep fighting with what I have if I was to do this, like run 5 marches the whole time or 3 marches the whole time or what have you.
Just to
crazy amount of
just to piggyback for a sec,
go.
For all these calculators, because I see a lot of people asking for all these calculators, it defaults to your buffs in game, your current buffs, but you can also change it just like you could for any other calculator. So, Mafia, if you can show that part.
Yeah, what part? The buffs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I showed it briefly, but I'll show that on the other screen. I'm trying to load the profile right here really quick because it's pulling.
Yeah.
Data
So if you currently have an 80% training buff, based on all the other factors, that's what the calculator is going to default to, and then you can change it as you need to.
Yeah, and that'll be like, if you have things like Duke and, whatever city skin you have, all of the bonuses that you would have from training or pushing for MGE, you would have that in there. So you're able to add as many accounts from different, logins as you want. So you can see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts that are logged in here. I could switch into any of them. I'm just going to stick with me because mine has the most interesting data, because these are just basically like dummy data counts that I don't really use other than just for testing, except for this one in 3777. Why was I in that one?
How dare you?
Yeah, how dare me be in that? How dare I? And then I get kicked out of the alliance because I'm not active over there, and then people swarm me and kill and take all my
I
shit.
blame Hells. He's in the chat. It's Hells' fault.
Yeah, I know. I'll get her back later. I'll swarm her with a bunch of T1 siege and see what happens. So anyways, you are able to add all these extra governors from different accounts into this, and it'll give you all the information that is there. So let's pop back here.
Jokes aside, the amount of tools available, it's literally mind-blowing. I mean, I'm not even kidding. It's literally, you can be sitting on the app, organizing everything you need to do without even being there. And then you go and boom, you have access to all the information you need.
Yeah. So we have a couple of more things to show, and then we're going to show you a couple of our premier features. This is kind of like the appetizers for some of the other stuff that we're pretty excited to show. So these are probably pretty obvious what they're going to be. The vault, your test purchase history, which shows you stuff over time. So like if I was to go to all, you can see on June 22nd, I probably shouldn't have bought 24 chests, but I did. But yeah, you have all that information that's available here, so you can see, what you were doing, your cumulative chests over time as well. And then you can see I was actually more active, I think, in 2906 for those than I was in 2489.
Oh my God. This is just the history of the account. How many gold chests was bought?
Yes.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about this.
He's actually free to play, and
yeah, he is.
No.
No. What I mean is this: it's the data history. Like you have a breakdown of everything on the account.
So this is like all time. Like this isn't like as soon as you get the platform, get the program, it'll pull it like from when you started.
If anyone has been using Hero Scrolls,
Gotcha. Okay.
Then like, and not even actively, like if you were a member of a group that uses Hero Scrolls, we will have this data for you already.
Okay.
And so this will back populate, and then obviously anyone that has this, it'll track for you as well. So that's so that's what's going on here, and this information is only available to you. I know a lot of kingdoms like to not show off their purchase history for their members, and we've given them the ability to hide that, but this is your data. Like this belongs to you. You can see whatever you want, obviously, and this will only be accessible if you want to share it with your kingdom leadership. So all right, one more. So rally history is basically the same thing. This will go through and show you the rallies, commander pairs, and stuff that you had ran. So I think we just started doing a new KVK event. So last 7 days, and we just got out of KVK. So it will show you what is there. And then if I go, let me pull up 90 days, or maybe I'll go pull all time. This is good. So you can see, we had a lot going into KVK, and then we're in KVK, and we don't really, do barbarian forts when we're in KVK. And it shows your pairings that you have, what you tend to use the most, etc. If you've been part of multiple kingdoms, you can go to per kingdom, and it'll show you your other kingdoms and what the breakdowns were for those as well. So,
wow. Okay, this is crazy good. The amount of data is insane.
Yeah, so since we're talking about KVK, I'm going to show a video for this part because there was a lot more interesting data for this part of it right before our KVK close. So I did make a video of this before, and it's something we call live update. And I'll show it to you. Well, you'll probably be able to see enough in this video here. This is actually this is from mobile. So basically, this is kind of what you would be able to do. Let's say Duke was playing my account, and
Wow.
I was at work and I couldn't log into the game, and I just pulled up my Hero Scrolls Ultra app, and I click on this and I go into the live session. And so let me mute that. All right. So with using like TrueState and inference, I am able to rebuild the entire map.
What the funny?
To know where every governor is, every city, every march, every fort, every flag, and to map out the territory. So you can see the territory on the screen. I'm just kind of, dragging around so you can see there's some different forts in it. I'm able to toggle a march, and it'll zoom over to where that march is on the field. And
What?
I'll be able to see them. Not only that, like how many hit points they currently, not hit points. I'm a huge RPG fan, so I say hit points a lot. How much health they have, etc. Where my home city is. So you could just, click around, find out where they are. If they're damaged, the little health bars on there will show kind of what the current state of the damage is. Now, let me see if I show in this video. If not, I'll see if I could show it live with the Home Kingdom map. But if these marchers are also marching around, it'll show the ant trails, very similar to what it does in the game. And it'll path through the mountains as it needs to, and everywhere that you would go in the game. So if I'm wondering where my marches are going, where they've been, I could toggle that on and off and see where they are. You can see the forts and whether they've been burning or not, how much health they have left. So like I said, this is all from our KVK that we just had. So super excited
I'm blown
about
away.
this. Because
did you say that you can see any governor's location? On that, or
Yes.
just yours?
No.
What the heck?
Well, so here's the thing. Like, we're only going to allow you to ever see stuff that is yours.
Gotcha. Okay.
It is important for me to have some integrity in this game. We've been asked in the past to provide data for stuff that we know is unfair, and we just won't do it. And so, we're kind of, I run this the same way I run my software business. Like, there is a certain amount of integrity that's involved, and we're not going to provide something to give someone an advantage in a game that not everybody else has. So it is very important to me because some of the stuff that we could do, we don't even mess with, like not even for our own accounts. Like we don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah. Would you say that a feature in the future would be something for like kingdom management to use to locate, like, say, like a rogue player or something like that?
Yes, like that stuff is fine because it is readily accessible. But getting any information about someone else's troops or fort capacity or any of that stuff, all that stuff is off the table. If it's part of your own kingdom and it's accessible to you through your alliance, then absolutely, we will do that.
I think that's really nice for like smaller kingdoms specifically. When you're in these kind of bigger Imperium kingdoms, you have a lot of eyes looking all over the place. But I know the struggles of being in a small kingdom when we had a rogue and like literally scanning like every like cell and block on the map, trying to figure out where this rogue potentially was. If you didn't have a rally on him, I can see that being like, particularly useful for smaller kingdoms.
Yeah, it was very funny because like that was one of the I wouldn't say the first, but one of the very first things I had done. And I had set up like, I don't know, 32 accounts to scan a map and track it. And I had a lot of fun making it. Like, it was pretty cool just to like, it would literally like walk the map. It was slow, but it was effective. And then when it found a rogue, it would like post to Discord, it would post a wanted poster, give the location and be like, go ahead and kill him if you want. So it was kind of fun that way. And we'll have all that stuff accessible for you to be able to find the rogues, track them down. And we kind of do that right now through our title bot. But certainly we have a lot more capabilities with Ultra to do what I said
uh,
earlier, like the messaging and stuff like that.
I won't use the dreaded P word, but there's a lot of people that share accounts in this game. That two people own an account and split it, and I would like to know if my partner is fighting in the ball or over in Narnia not doing anything. I think that's quite useful.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that is exactly like when they played, exactly when they stopped, the exact amount of resources they spent, how many troops they used, how many troops died, like literally everything. And so, yeah, it'd be like, oh, dude, I didn't do that. It's like, that's weird because you were playing and this is where I lost all those deads. or like calling out Duke, like when he spends my gems, I'm like, dude, I know you're on my account yesterday. Like, it wasn't me.
Just wait till I send your flux to my account.
Yeah, exactly. Although I didn't see any flux in my inventory now that I think about it.
The truth is the time that went into this to make this, it's beyond my imagination, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said earlier, it's been about a year in production, and I will say this, and I do want to take a second and kind of shout out the team. Some of the guys that we've had working on this, they're not hobbyists. They do this for a living, and they truly are pros at what they do, and I think that shows. And we're pretty proud of those guys and the team and the effort everyone's put into this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was
insane.
it was a really small team leading into this. I mean, on the engineering side, it was mainly Fuzzy and I, and then we had Duke and Alexios do some stuff with us, but it was really when we started getting down to the point of working on finalizing all of this stuff. Like we even went so far as getting Digicert for installs, and this is all set up as a real business. So the applications have all been submitted. We've done all the background checks for certification for the executables that go in, so they're safe. Because like right now in beta, fires off all kinds of warnings. This may be a virus and all that kind of stuff. So I brought on a couple of people that worked on my team, one to help with just some of the UI stuff. And yeah, just to kind of button it up, like I didn't have time to write the installer initially. So I brought in one of our junior guys to make the installer for me. And then I was like, dude, that's really boring and dull. So then I just went and I did this because I was bored, and I made, a wand. Because I like these. I also look pretty sometimes. But anyways, so the screen that we're looking at here, and then I'm going to kind of show you, I think, our last like big feature, like the live session that we had, I think is a game changer from the standpoint of what people can see and observe when someone else is on their account. And then the final one I'll show you is just like holy crap, this is super awesome. So this is just your governor overview. You could select one or both of your governors. I mean, these are the two that I have that I actually care about because the other ones have like no data. So if I click on the chevron over here, I have all the information about Mafia, what resources I have in my top bar, what I have in my bag, what my effective is, my speed ups. It's just really just an overview of where I am at. I can also combine all this and be like, oh, this is my combined summary. So a lot of people have multiple farms that they use for maybe fort filling or flag filling. And they want to know kind of like, what is my overall effectiveness to play as an individual, and then or contribute to the kingdom. So that's why you could select, all or none. I really don't run a farm. So I really just run my main. So that is what this is for. Now, one of the things I like about this, let me close bad habits down, is this little bar right here. So you can see all these are gray and this one is green. So we give you kind of just a quick visual cue on if you are capable of fighting in a KVK or doing a particular thing. Like if I wanted to push Zenith, well, this is okay, but it's still not enough training troops. So if I go up here to select all of my resources that I have accessible, you'll see all of these have now changed. So you'll see that from a wood standpoint and a stone standpoint, like I'm ready to enter an Imperium level KVK.
You're ready to front the flip, habibi.
Yeah, you need the fronty flip, but you can see like I'm kind of okay.
I see
over
the
here
color
on
coded.
food and code, and then
Wow.
as my healing, this should be actually red because this is just terrible. But I literally burned through all my speed ups. But as this number increases and this gets closer to 3,000 days, and this gets up to be a couple thousand, these will start to colorize. So it'll start to take into account all of that. And if you come in here and you see everything is orange, it's like, yeah, you're ready to rock and roll. Like, you could go for those 6, 7, 8 day Kingsland fights if you wanted. So that's what that's about for your governor overview. So you can add them individually, or you could just do them at a sum, or you could just do, select none and not see anything.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So let me go back up to the top here. So this was obvious from the beginning. This big yellow button right here says rock overlay. So I am going to pull up my rock window, and you can see, let me go ahead and minimize that there's a bunch of other stuff going on the screen right here. So this is our overlay system that we have within the game. And you could do some cool stuff with this. So I'm going to clear these out really quick. And first I'm going to show you, everything's click through, but all this stuff is adjustable too. So if I don't want to see some of the stuff for my speed ups, like I don't care about building or research or training during KVK. I also don't care about wood, stone, but golden food is good. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to go ahead and apply that, save that. You can see that these things have adjusted. You can make them bigger or smaller if you want. You could drag them anywhere you want on the screen. I can drag this where I want. We also have all the buffs. You can make these bigger or smaller. Or if you don't really care about seeing those, you can also hide those windows. So I'm going to go ahead and hide that. I'm going to hit, save apply, and that'll go away. And I also don't really care about my governor stats. Like I know what these are. But if you wanted to have these on there with just like a summary of that, you can add or remove. Like if I want my tier 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't want kill points. I don't want my power, all that stuff will just auto size, auto adjust, and all that good fun stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and turn those off for now as well. Apply. Okay. So
This is
these
insane.
Yeah. So let me
Rune, War Frenzy.
Yeah, let me do this. So let me turn this off for a second, and then you could see my heal thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and make this bigger. I'm gonna go ahead and make this smaller. You've already seen that. And you can lay these out obviously wherever you want. So and click on that. Oh, and while these are up, by the way, everything's fully click through. Like if I go over here, I'm gonna put this right over my city and I click on my city in the middle, I can get to my city. Like it's not an issue at all. So go back over here, go back, and back into my city. Actually, I could just stay here. All right, so I'm going to go over to here to healing, and let's see, I'm going to heal like 6,000 troops. So you immediately see now there is a healing bar that just shows up. 3 minutes
Immediately.
And 52. Yeah, 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Let me move this over to my hospital so you can see. 3 minutes, 51 seconds, 3 minutes, 51 seconds. You can see how many I selected, how many are left, what my hospital capacity is. So a really nice way to see what your hospital is doing. But these little flashing things you see down here, these hospital alerts, these are set to notify you in a very obvious way when you are getting close to having a full hospital, and it'll do pop-up alert messages.
No way.
Wherever this is where the alert message will show up. So it'll be a big thing like you're low on health, your health is critical, you're 80%, you're about to take deads. And then when you start taking deads, it'll say you're starting to take deads.
Oh my God.
So yeah, and you can scale this and put this wherever you want. And then we also, like, because I'm running a production version, the debug is out of this. But if I was in debug mode, we also do some other visual screen effects, like we have blood that can drip down the screen. You see some blood spatters. If you want it, you can turn it off here. You can turn off the blood, or you can go like, I think default is a lot. You can go extreme, minimal, or you can just turn off the blood if you don't want those effects at all. But we do allow you to modify that. Now, the other thing that we have is this little thing here called the Rune Frenzy. So there's two different things that will happen. Once again, when you're fighting, and you can see up here, we have our little rune. It shows you how much time is left on my my wood gathering. So if that was, a 15% heal or whatever, and it was about to wear out, or march speed or attack speed or whatever, you would see right from this, you would know exactly how much time was left, as opposed to trying to I got to click up here and, try to see what I have. Oh, okay, let me scroll down. Where's that? Oh, okay, I see it. Like, it's right there. It's really kind of obnoxious. So now your rune will always show here. And then when your rune is about to expire, you'll also get similar notifications. Your rune's expiring in 10 minutes. Your rune's expiring in 5 minutes. Your rune is expired. So it'll let you know, because it's really nice to have something obvious when you're playing that kind of pops up. Now the same thing with War Frenzy. So let me see if I got to find someone that's like way off the map here. That's not part of.
Do you want me to hit your city?
I don't think you can, because we're in like a pre-KVK phase.
I'll hit your city right now.
I don't think you can, dude. Oh, maybe you could try. Well, you're not going to hit me. You're not going to get me in War Frenzy. Let me see.
One siege.
Here, put a siege at me. I'm right beside you.
There. Okay.
Whoa! I didn't say kill me.
I didn't. Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, so now you see, like, my War Frenzy showed up here. I probably should have started this earlier in the stream, so at least off the screen, so I could have showed you the blood effects happening and the other visual warnings that start to take place. But yeah, so now you can see that I have this War Frenzy timer, so you know exactly when your War Frenzy is about to expire without having to look over here. Like, tell me which one gives you better information, this one or this one up in your little screen here.
It's crazy. The difference crazy.
Yeah. And, you like your resources as well. We have this right here. Let me go ahead and put this over here, put that there. You can see, because I sum up the stuff within the bags, like, you get a better idea of like really how much food, how much gold you have. I will say that this last KVK was the first time I ever had to use RSS tokens in my life. So that was pretty painful.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was a fun KVK though. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. We're super excited about this. It does adjust with your screen, and even if you do that, you can still readjust things where you want it. It'll save what you have wherever you put it. So that is good. Or if you just go and do that. And this does not do any injection at all into the game. This is all a passive overlay that happens. So if anybody is concerned about any of this stuff, this is not doing anything to your game whatsoever. It is here, which is also why you see a little bit of lag. And updating this stuff is just because we got to redetect, where everything is at and put it there. But other than that, yeah, that's the overlay system, and that went away.
So I guess we can open it up for a quick Q&A. Oppo, Dan, if you guys have any questions, and then we can take some.
I'm personally kind of speechless. I mean this, like, the amount of data available and present, and it can be in your pocket. It's crazy. Because I'm gonna tell you the way I think about it. When I was at work, I wasn't able to log into the game, for example. You know what I mean? I wasn't able to get access to the game. I still can have this app looking through what's going on, keep an eye, even if I want to see my equipment, see I think the amount of data available within the app is absolutely mind-blowing to me. And the tools, it's really fantastic. I can't believe that map one. That really was mind-blowing. Also having the alerts for runes, war frenzy, taking dead on the field, it's for me as well. One of the questions I saw in the chat was someone was asking, will that be also part of implemented on Mac or no?
Yeah, so we're starting with the PC version. Obviously, it was just kind of easy to start with. And then we're going to pretty much all platforms following.
So yeah, if there's a large enough audience for Mac, like I'm not sure really how many people use a Mac, but we can. My company is used to doing multi-platform development even outside of PC, even though PC is not really our primary thing. Like we do stuff for PlayStation, Switch, Xbox, etc. So we are used to doing multi-platform, multi-regional development simultaneously.
So
I
people
just had a
that
question, guys, on the overlay. Do you think at some point we'll have like the live tracking of like kills and stuff on overlay? I think that would be, especially from a content creator perspective, like the amount of times I get asked how many
kill
are you
points? Very great
throughout
question.
a KVK would be super helpful. And I already think too, like just having speed ups too, because like now that we have the speed ups available within the game, like that's another question that gets asked all the time. So like that helps to eliminate like one question already. So like super thankful for that. And I think too, like just even like the regular player who doesn't make content would like to see kind of like as they're playing how like, you know, oh, I go into a murder ball and this is how I traded, you know.
Yeah, we actually have a KVK stats tab. I just have it disabled. But the intent is to show that, like, kind of like a lot of that stuff I showed you with the KVK efficiency tables.
Yeah.
Once we are done getting all of those kind of final formulas like worked out, like I said, we're still like maybe adding one or two of them, and then I'm going to pick out the ones that make sense for, you know, what's your trade ratio, like what's your KP to deads, what's your KP to heals. And then, yeah, so if you have suggestions on the specific stats, I think that's the only thing that I'm like, well, you know, we'll provide everything. We just got to figure out like what we show on that screen. But there is a menu option for that, and the data is already set up to display as soon as I decide what data to feed it on our end.
Beautiful.
So,
I had one more thing. I mean, and like to Appo's point, like, I mean, amazing job. Like, I think the amount of information that we have, and like anyone who's played this game as long as we have, you know, you mentioned like 6-7 years, like this was, I mean, you had data teams back in the day who had to like literally spreadsheets and like trying to figure out the performance of a kingdom. So like from where we are, like from then is just like such like an amazing leap, and like shout out to like the entire Hero Scrolls team. And I'll just say like the one thing on the battle readiness, like one thing that like was sticking out in my mind is like this, and I've seen it a little bit already from kind of being in 1093, and I don't know how they do it, but this kind of changes the performance outlook for a kingdom, because in the battle readiness you said that you can segment it per day. So like say you're in a zone 5 fight, you can see how much speed ups, you know, how people were performing within those zones. And again, you were kind of able to pull that data in some kind of way before, but now with kind of I personally like all the visualization and the tables that you can see. I think this is really going to up the level at which kingdoms are going to be able to perform at.
Absolutely. And, you know, to touch on that, people were asking kind of how this interacts from an individual player with their kingdom's leadership. And one thing that, you know, we made sure to do on the back end, and I'll use Maurice, for example, because he's one of the R4s here in 489 where Mafia and I play at. You know, he kind of handles all the data tracking, right? So from this, you know, if I have an account and instead of me going into our kingdom Discord and submitting my speed ups and Hall of Heroes and this, that, and the other, I can just give them access to it, right? So I can just say, I want this person to have access to my stats from Ultra. And then they can do that, you know, if everyone in the kingdom has it, it makes their lives so much easier as a kingdom-wide battle readiness or whatever we want to call it, or KVK efficiency tracking, right? Ultimately, it's your information. We're not going to force you to share it with them, but you have the ability just to streamline that process.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing. Honestly, I really do think that this is, and obviously not every kingdom's going to use it, but I think at the highest levels where we try to look for all the advantages possible, I think this is really going to take
It's
some
gonna
of
be
this
crazy.
gameplay to the next level. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
and
guess-
this is really meant to run, as an individual application. So like things like our main Discord bot is like, okay, well, that's a server kind of based thing. Using this companion app as an individual application helps your kingdom leadership immensely, and it also helps you. So it was kind of our thought was like, well, can we provide something to the individual player that they kind of own, that's theirs? Like they may not know their historical data and be able to track it, or their background history, and now they have access to all of that information, and just through the Ultra app. So
yeah. Mafia, here we have kind of been asked a lot. If you can walk through, people want to know, does the app need to be playing during gameplay, and how fast stats are updated?
No, you do not need to be playing with the app running once you've installed it. And the updating, there's a lot of different data points that are grabbed while you're playing. It depends on what they are. Some are more intensive than the others, but 100%, every time you come in and out of the game, it'll be going. And like, I mean, you saw how fast the overlay stuff updated for like when I grabbed the rune,
The
revealed the hospital. Some of this stuff is almost instantaneous from that. So we're doing pulls of data between like 5 seconds and 60 seconds, depending on what it is. It won't be days, and some of the stuff will probably spread out a little bit based on server load and stuff like that, which we keep expanding capacity to. And we're even deploying servers in various regions all over the world to also make sure that there's not a lot of latency in getting kind of like the live, what I call it live update. It's really not live, but it's about as damn close as you can get to doing that. Like I said, as you saw in the demo. So
it definitely beats any KVK dashboard you can find, including ours. I mean, it is the fastest update you're going to get out there for sure.
And our KVK dashboard, by the way, is getting completely redone, and that's going to be done very soon and pushed out as well.
So I'm kind of going to it for a sec. I know kind of the thing everyone cares about is the cost of this. So like we said, this is not a kingdom subscription like our gold tier or whatever. That's on a kingdom base. This is an individual sub. A player can get it for their account. It is, it's on that. So it starts off at $5 a month subscription. And then a few add-ons there can kind of add to that. But I think at the very high end, what is it, Mafia? Like 20 maxed out?
It just depends on like all the extra stuff, but for all intents and purposes, it's between like $5 and $20. There's a couple things that we just allow you to spend a token or two on if you want. And just to put this into perspective as well, like with like even our Discord bot, like we don't make any money on the Discord bot. Like we throw all that stuff into the servers, into the infrastructure, whatever. So we're running a service that is constantly live, so it does have expenses associated to it. But we're also not trying to, get rich or die trying, as 50 Cent would say. Like I said, for me, this was a fun passion project to try to provide something to the community that's been missing. And I look at it from the standpoint of, dude, people are spending, hundreds of dollars a day, if not more, on this game. And even the mostly free to play players, they're even if they're spending, $15, $20, a week or whatever, they're still getting a lot of value from what we're going to offer here. So
when do we expect the app for, also guys, feel free to throw questions in the chat. We'll open up the floor if that's cool with you, Oppo.
Yeah, absolutely.
When will the app for iOS, Android be launched or plan to?
My plan is the end of the month. We're probably 3 to 5 days out where I'm going to feel comfortable with pushing this out to everybody. We're just, double checking some bugs and making sure it's going to be nice and stable. We've been in beta for quite a bit. We also have some internal testing going on. So once that is good, we'll roll this out. We're doing a bunch of other kind of security things behind the scenes, and then probably a week or so after that, we'll be rolling out the iOS and Android versions of this.
Sneaky asks about if you give access to leadership for your data, is there a way for leadership to compile? Absolutely. Like I said, you can give them access straight to this. We're also redoing the website from the ground up. It's also getting ready to launch pretty simultaneously with this. And there's going to be a ton of Kingdom management features on there, which this will also factor into. And kind of, at the end of the day, we're not building one tool for a Kingdom. We're building a suite of tools, and we kind of want to be all encompassing for them all to complement each other and work together for the best of the Kingdom. So definitely going to be a ton of options for leadership.
There is a great question that came in from James here. He's asking if we're using the app on the PC and you open it on your phone, will you have the data all synced?
If you have the app installed on any device, whatever device that you are playing on, you'll be able to get the data from it.
Wow.
And because we're account based too, so if you have the iOS version and you play on iOS and Android, and for whatever reason you would do that, I don't know. But PC, it's just a unified account, right? So you'll just log into it, you'll be able to get it. So, and then you can play wherever you want. I never play on tablet. I only look on my phone to see what's going on and maybe do some account maintenance, but I only play on PC. So, but I still capture data on both right now.
Wow.
Oh, and so yeah, speaking of features, so I think I mentioned this earlier, just really quick, and we can continue with questions. The overlay feature will not work on iOS, but it will work on Android. So I've already tested it on Android. It does work, but it's a system level thing for iOS that you need special permissions, and they're very greedy about giving you permissions to overlay stuff on top of any other app. So I think there's maybe 4 or 5 companies that get to do shit like that, and we're not one of them. So,
wow, that was really, really impressive. There's a lot of things I didn't even expect to see. That was really, really mind blowing in my opinion.
Is there any other questions?
Dance party time, Oppo, or what are we doing here, bro?
What was that? Say that again.
Dance party time, or
yeah, that's always dance party. Always. Hey, IJ, welcome.
Rave, yes, we will be doing some fort tracking with this. I think we kind of just slightly skimmed it. So that'll definitely be on there for you, brother.
Wow. I think that's I think it's amazing. It's amazing sneak peek here that we get to see that. Can you add?
Yeah, so it'll be coming out. It'll be coming out soon, and we're super excited about it. It's been, I know we've been teasing it for a bit, and
yes,
it's like every time we turn around, like, oh man, we should do this. Oh, we should do that. Oh, we should add this. Now that we have that, we should put this in, and it's hard to avoid feature creep sometimes, but I think we're at the point where we feel really good about it. We feel that the systems are nice and stable, and it's probably the right time to get this in everybody's hands and let them play with it.
No, this is great, and yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity as well. Thank you for the sneak peek. Thank you for coming on, explaining everything. I know it's not simple, but no, thank you so much, and the feedback seems to be very, very, very amazing. And looking forward for the launch.
All right, well, unblock your super chats. It's time for the boom boom party.
Boom boom party. All right, let's do boom boom party.
Can you feel the power of battle cry?
Boom boom party now.
Can you feel the power of
You can't hear nothing. Jovi.
Heart.
Big love to you, Jovi. Battle cry, baby. Boom. Titan.
Or some other PPL can see Trough the Hero Scrolls AP.
Boom, boom. Thank you so much, everybody, for your love, for your support. Thanks, Mafia. Thanks, Duke, for taking time to come and explain all of that. Having Dirty Dan as well with us. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here, Dirty Dan, all the time, brother. My Aussie mate now. No, I appreciate everybody. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. And yeah, I'm going to hang out with community. We'll talk a little bit, and then I'm going to head to bed.
All right, everybody.
Thank
I'm
you so
out.
much. Cheers, guys. Boom, boom.
Guys, thank you, Oppo.
See you,
Thank
brother.
guys.
Thank you, guys. Well, well, well. What do you think? That was crazy. Let me get everything on here. Where's my game? Here we are. Wow. Wow. I honestly, there is some of the features absolutely blew my mind, to be honest. I didn't expect some of the things that we've seen. The amount of data is crazy. No, there is not a fog. It's a lag. I feel like it's been a month since I have seen you stream. Daddy, we're back, brother. You have no idea how complicated it is. I've been trying to stream every single moment I get. But unfortunately in Egypt, the internet was very, very poor, which did not allow me to have the streaming I wanted. Hope I shoulder that. When I schedule a migration spotlight, well, look, I have couple of things. The first Kingdom spotlight I need to plan, just to be honest here, is 2650. Look, my head is gone. 2650, bro. Rife Kingdom. I swear to God, my head is gone. 2654. 2564. Brother, I forgot. Because this was the first kingdom that finished and messaged me when I was still in Egypt. It was the one and only Rave from 2563. This is gonna be the first one we do. Papi, Habibi, Habibi.
Can you feel the power of
Revero caray, baby. Boom. I betak. Wallahi, I miss you. I love you, bro. Thank you for your love and support. Antos, welcome to the stream. Sorry if I couldn't speak a lot, guys. Sorry if I couldn't speak a lot. Yeah, 2563. I think I want to have a look at 2563. I've noticed they gained an insane amount of kill points. They raised up to, what, 1 trillion kill point. I've seen a screenshot. And man, the activity in this kingdom is really, really kind of crazy, to be honest. I have seen some crazy number of forts flying. I want to see, you know, the idea behind Kingdom Spotlight. Some people, look, for people that I do the Kingdom Spotlight for, some of them will look at it as more of, like, maybe promotion for their kingdom, okay? But for me, as a content creator or specifically a streamer for Rise of Kingdom, that someone that loves to stream, especially KBKs, I like to know the players that I'm streaming. I don't like to watch, or I don't like to stream where I don't know anything. You know what I mean? Well, I have an understanding about who came in, who went out, what this kingdom looked like. When it comes to streaming the PvK, I have a lot more knowledge about what's going on. You know what I mean? And this is why I like to do Kingdom Spotlight. It gives me a good understanding of where the kingdom at, and also helps me myself in recommendation kingdoms to players. You know, lots of players reach out for recommendation regarding kingdoms. And when I do Kingdom Spotlights, it also helps me understand where kingdoms at. I can see the kind of players, what kind of fighters they are, and I can recommend the right kingdom to the right people. And you know, guys, I don't know if you'll be one of them, I have done this so many times before, and the feedback from it has been so positive. I even had feedback from people where they came and told me, Apple, I'm gonna go to this kingdom, and I told them my own opinion about it. Like, maybe wait for a couple of weeks and see what's gonna happen. And 2 weeks later, the kingdom is dismantling or the kingdom is falling apart. You know, I have a good understanding in KVK's kingdoms management, the players in the kingdom, how kingdoms play, how kingdom fights. So it helps me as well keep track with that. Mate, I am so ready for KVK, brother. Classy, welcome to the stream. Rafe kicked me out of King's Land last KVK. I've seen it. Apple streaming 2293 last King's Land. I have absolutely no idea what's going on in here. Bro, no. Your King's Land, I'm sorry. It was so confusing. I watched Storm 4, you guys were up there. I got told you guys were blocked. I opened King's Land, I found you in the bottom zone. Aha. You blaming me? Blame yourself. I blame Pika. And so, hey Tarko Prime, welcome to the stream. Scorpy, boom boom time again. Ya Habibi, how are you? Stormy boy, here he is. So guys, well organized. I don't think there is KVKs coming up. I don't think tomorrow there is a KVK. So tomorrow we could be returning to the first Kingdom Spotlight. We can do 2563 tomorrow. Get back to it. I think they're registering to KVK soon as well. Apple, are you training for pre-KVK? I don't know yet. I'm 100 million. I don't think I'm gonna train much. Blame them for letting us through their zone. Brother, how dare you? Scorpion, great to see you. And I'm sorry again if I couldn't welcome everybody to the stream. It's not easy. I wanted to give that, time for the people to explain. They've been excited about what they've been working on about. I wanted to also have a look at it. I want to explore it with my community, get an understanding of what's going on. And it's very fun. Papi, everything is great in 3777, man. I need to record a video about 3777 actually. I really do. If you do 2563, check out my album. I made some changes. Scorpius, I will, ya habibi. I promise you I will. We're getting to your favorite Archer noob. My favorite Archer noob? I don't know why the first thing comes to my mind is Batman. If he really loves me. Okay, this is all gonna be copyrighted music, by the way. I'm gonna cry later. I just realized when I sang that song, that was copyrighted. Happy birthday. Everything went to the rubbish. I didn't realize it was copyrighted until it went. I don't know why Archer is Batman. No, he's just a noob in general. Archer a noob in general? I don't know. Oh, but Batman as well? No way. Hey, Meka, I am so ready for KVK, Habibi. We're in the same camp, we're gonna front the flip. No, we do it tomorrow. No, we do it tomorrow. It's 1:30 in the morning. I really, I was trying to be, available for Hero Scroll release, and they want to do it 20 UTC, which is midnight where I am right now, and it's 1:30 in the morning. So tomorrow, maybe between like maybe 18 to 19 UTC, we can start. Apple, if Apple does a Hero Scroll Ultra video and he doesn't clip out the Mafia Seed about the Archer, brother, the live stream was perfect. I don't need to make a video. But I hear what you see. He doesn't like Archer, does he? Apple made good support to be an Archer rally. No way. Mate gonna be a rally leader? I'm not streaming the KVK. For the first time, I'll be free Apple. Love Alad. It's a holiday tomorrow. I'm off. No way. Nice, right? So we'll organize tomorrow. That's perfect. So tomorrow we'll do Kingdom Spotlight for 2563. We'll get to explore. I know personally that a red line went there. That was the destination he chose. He left in 29. He went to 2563. So I can only imagine. And like I said, I've seen a huge growth in the kill point. So that was an eye-opener for me. So I'm really, really excited to see what they did and what they're going to bring. 40 migrants? Oh my God. Grey Worm, Habibi, how are you? Welcome to the stream, ya Habibi. Great to see you, man. I hear the Apu is a kill point chaser. Brother, I was born to kill point chase. That's not a secret. I would love to do a Hero Scroll Ultra to make something like that. It's not complicated, but it takes a lot of passion. Bro, the amount of data and information in it is crazy. Med isn't rally lead likely. I bet you it is. Habibi, it's okay, brother. It's okay. At the end of the day, I'm doing this for Hero Scroll, you know what I mean? It's not for me, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Lion Hope. I know Lion Hope. I already called Lion Hope going to 3308 like a couple of months ago. I already called that a couple of months ago. When the conversation started, I already told my community the destination gonna be, without a doubt, going to be 3308. It just made sense to me. You know, I know there was good relationship between Putin, Mr. Hope, or White Lion, and that was my my thing, you know? That's my kind of expectation. We were talking about Ibotech where? Well, the person who brought the 1365, I am pretty sure was Rise of Kingdom, one of my subs. Rise of Kingdom was the one who recommended, he said it could be, oh, finish that one, nice. He was the one who said we could see them in 1365, and I said that could be an option. But my number was 3308. This is where my number was. The most crazy was tracking someone even saying the city hop like Apple crazy. Then check if they spent 3 gold chests in 8 years. Brother, don't embarrass me, bro. You wanna expose me, brother? Everybody think I have like 150,000 gold chests. Leave me, brother. Don't believe man. Don't believe man about anything he sees. One of our key migrant was Saga right away, rank 4. She's amazing. Can't wait for you to see some of these big names. I can't wait to see it as well. I can't wait to see it as well. I'm really excited to see you guys. He was considerate somewhat, but his behavior is concerning. Yeah, well, this is exactly that's what I'm telling you. It was recommended, like some of my community see that 1365 could be an option. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I've seen as well 1365 could be an option. But previous, like, because of what I know, and I'm aware of, you know, some things that happen in the background, I know that 3308 going to be the choice. Bro, I also didn't expect Chessgirl in 93. But like I see that in the last stream, the choices are very limited for Imperium. You know, like Chessgirl is the biggest Rise of Kingdom content creator and the biggest partner the game have. And for a player like him, he has to be in a very high performing kingdom. You know, he always been in a high performing kingdom. And if you look at the kingdoms that are available right now, or the Imperium available, and based on the information I know also from the background and what's going on, I don't think Chessgirl had many choices in this matter. Yakoja, I love you more. He got up because all other had at max and didn't need to apply. But other Medbania should never be getting freaking Mighty Governor. I would migrate straight. He's a massive trump card, but leadership is always more important. If players disrespect, instant bye-bye. It's not easy, bro. And you know, Akil, we played this game long enough, and we know very well. You know, having big players like this in the kingdom is not simple. It's not an easy thing. They come with a lot of hassle as well. Nicola, great to see you. You know what I mean? So it's not easy. But like I said, you know, I know from a while ago that Mr. Wild Lion and Putin know each other. You know what I mean? So for me, when, like I said that before, I see that last KVK in 2377 gonna be like kinda the decider for them. I like he go to 93, to be honest. Hope they will not, I don't think they will die. I don't think they will die. 93 has a great foundation, very strong kingdom, very, and they have a very strong record, you know what I mean? I don't think one player gonna make or break 1093. I think having Chessgirl is a great add to 1093. Chessgirl is a very great garrison, and you know 93 has the fillers. A lot of fillers, people that keen to fill, and I think that's what Chessgirl need as well. You know, Chessgirl has a very strong garrison, and I think he is gonna shine in 1093. Like he did in 2377. We gotta be honest as well. We spectated hours of 2377, and when it comes to garrisoning with Chessgirl absolutely one of the players that stands out as a very strong player for garrisoning. No way. I told you he's slacking, bro. Should I expose Meg Gear on stream? Brother, nobody wanna see that. Nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that. But yeah, guys, not long to go. I will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About what? 6 days. 6 days, and God willing, I will be home in New Zealand. 93 need players like Chisgo for real. Yeah, I attack. You gotta understand, like, all jokes aside, and what people's opinion is, Chisgo as a garrison, he's a very, very solid player. And the guy has very strong equipment, very strong armament. The guy, like, he also invests pretty big in the game. He's a partner, so. Chisgo taught me how to swarm with my Gorgo. Brother, how dare you? Wow, Jane kick, 4 out of 4. Brother, I saw Chisgo was doing the testing. But unfortunately I wasn't home, so I wasn't able to catch it up. And then I came home, I was setting up the stream for Hero Scroll. Was all the complication with the score that I have in the UAE. So yeah, it took me a while. So I actually didn't get to see the stream. Beckwin saying he's a great player. I enjoy playing with him in 77. Hey, he was amazing. I remember when he was garrisoning. I remember when we were streaming and the guy was garrisoning. He was absolutely very, very solid player. Brother, you can go back to the back of the stream and you can watch it. Read Undercover. You can go back to the beginning of the stream and watch the whole thing. They have a new app. You can go back to the stream and watch it. You will understand everything. The whole beginning of the stream is all about it. But like I said, tomorrow around, I'm not gonna be late. I'm not gonna start 20 UTC. I'm definitely gonna start a little bit earlier. But our organizer also was 2563 leadership. So they also can organize the new members in rank 2. And then we can do, you know, a kingdom spotlight or migration or new family member spotlight for 2563 to get to know what this kingdom looking like. They move, I don't even know if the Silver Imperium or they still at tier A. Let me see. Whoa, they are Silver Imperium. What did if you were on my, if you are in the Boom Boom chat, I was talking about this yesterday. Every single, 33A didn't finish migration. I don't know if they finished, I don't know. Every single tier A kingdom that is successful, I was talking about this on my group chat yesterday. It is done. I will do 2563 tomorrow and then we can do 33A the following day. I will see. It just depends on my time. But what I was talking about in my group chat yesterday, when you have a successful A kingdom that outperforms in KVK, they gain a lot of attraction, they gain great migration. But once this migration is complete, you always see them become an Imperium kingdom. And once you become an Imperium kingdom, you get to fight Imperium. Even though they've been very successful A kingdom, it's going to be a different challenge stepping into the Imperium place. And don't get me wrong, I really personally believe 2563 is a very, very, very solid kingdom. Very solid kingdom. Kingdom that I recommend it to many people because it is a great kingdom. But fighting in the A seed, moving to the Imperium category is a lot different. So it's going to be a great challenge to watch 2563 in the next KVK. Come join the next KVK A seeds. They would downsize after this KVK. And this is exactly what I talked about in my group chat yesterday. We were having a bit of a conversation about kingdoms, about Rise of Kingdom, about updates. And I was talking about this. You have two categories. Kingdoms gain attraction and they go Imperium. If they face another bigger Imperium, unfortunately, maybe it doesn't go their way. And then after that, you're left with two choices. People leaving and, people leaving, the kingdom is gone, or leadership sticking to it and, picking up the pieces and building from there. But I really believe 2563 has been in very big luck. I've seen them fighting 1316 before. We've seen them in a couple of big KVKs involving a lot of big kingdoms, and they always perform. Even in the last KVK, they had 2218. I remember 1568, and their performance was amazing. So I'm expecting 2563 to be able to fill the boots in the Silver Imperium, and I really believe they can even get higher. Habibi Rave, I think we'll start the stream around 18 UTC. 18 or 17 UTC. I'll let you know tomorrow. Hey, Megan, thank you so much for subscribing and welcome to my community. I will do 3308, but I will do 2563 first. Just give me a couple of days. Give me a couple of days. I'm not gonna promise anything because, as you guys know, I'm still in Dubai. Habibi, brother. Yes, finish all your kitchen. Exactly. What you sent it on my main. Just send it in the boom boom chat. I promise you I will do 3308. In 3308, all I know was Mr. Hope and Wildline went there. I don't know how big the migration was, but I can only imagine with Wildline and Mr. Hope going, there must be players that went there as part of the group. Because if you go through the data, you will find a lot of 2377 players really performed hard. They stayed online for hours, they fought, they gave it their all, and I think these ones are the ones that deserve to move to 3308, because at the end of the day, I told you in the 1606 KVK with 3308 was in. 3308 is a very good kingdom, in my opinion. I actually know them from long time. I know them when they were not even Silver Imperium. You know what I mean? Now they are Golden Imperium Kingdom. And they had that core leadership from the start. Regardless, excuse me guys. I don't even have a drink. Regardless of what the game threw at them, they had some challenges, they had ups and downs. They stuck together. And the leadership is very strong. And before Mr. Wildline and Hope go there, they also had Velociraptor, El Tiger, Putin. They have very big names. Sorry if I don't remember every single name, but they had existing. Med Achilles was there as well. They have very strong players. Bringing other players like Mr. Hope and Wildline is just adds, you know, to the kingdom to make it a little bit higher. Now they have that power, the reinforcement beasts that can shape a KVK, can defend the flag alone. They add a lot of flavors to the kingdom, which makes, look at the dragon taking opportunity. God bless you, dragon. Which gives the kingdom an opportunity to be able to challenge bigger kingdom. You know what I mean? Like for example, we've seen 3308, 1606. You know what I mean? You're a nightmare. And that KVK. Now is the new migration that happened. We could be saying 3308 challenging 1606 again in 1v1. I'm not saying this is gonna happen. I'm just telling you because different people or bigger players or stronger players that move into kingdom make it able to challenge other kingdom. This is just part of the circle or the ecosystem of Rise of Kingdom. You know what I mean? I will bake you anything like BB. Hey, the Quastas is here. Yo, Quastas. Habibi. Oh, shoulder that. Welcome, ya Habibi, welcome. I put the scrapping 30 straight like a dash. You're showing your true colors. Now we really want Magbang Asmar channel. D. But I'm being honest. I put there is matchup poor. Where is it? You sent it on my main. I'm on my 3777, ya Habibi. Oh my god, it's actually reset in 20 minutes. Man, it's nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. It's crazy here. The time zone, man. But now I understand when I stream at 20 to see what time it is around the world. And the boom boom? Oh my god, sorry. Where? It's not here. Did you guys see that as well? Skull, DXB, the 1093. That's crazy. That's all I have to say. It's crazy. Where? I scrolled up, there is nothing. I know what I was reading the chat before. It was not here. Am I blind? How I can see and I can't? Oh, Buster. What the funny? 3560? What is that? Who is C-Lock? Who's C-Lock? Oh, here he is. Let's have a look what Mania look like now. Oh, what the heck? They changed the old damage logo. When did that happen? Aha. I travel and they change everything. Man, the freaking... When did they change that? They made that a sword was orange. Actually, that's pretty awesome. 11.9, 11, 6.1, and 3.2 all damage. What about the equipment? 5, 5, wow, 5, 5, 1, 2. Brother, the set is pretty good. The set is pretty good. Like, I personally can't even complain. But guys, when did they change the old damage logo? Oh, what the funny? They didn't change nothing. What the funny? Was it a bug? Brother, Mad Mania, man. Mad Mania is moving up in the world, brother. Mad Mania is moving up in the world. So tomorrow, God willing, we're gonna do 2563 Kingdom Spotlight. And then I will try to organize... No, I wasn't tripping. The game was tripping. And then, God willing, it depends on what I have planned the other days. I will organize 3308. I know lots of people want that, and I want to also understand, because if Mr. Hope and Wild Lion win there, it means a lot of other players join them. So I'll be interested to see. At least we know that these two are there, so I'm not gonna get a fright. Maybe I can be like, oh, what? What the what? What the funny? How dare you? Inappropriate song. So guys, please don't forget to smash the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. We are less than 100 subs away from smashing 40,000 subs. It seemed to be we went to 38 at the last 100, and I was like, oh, are we going there or we staying? How dare you? But again, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reveal of the Hero Scroll Ultra. It looks pretty amazing. It could add a lot of benefit. I personally maybe test that when, or get to see what is it like once I go back to New Zealand, because doing anything on that laptop is just gonna make me go crazy. But personally, I really appreciate Mafia. You know, thanks for the opportunity. Thank you for, you know, allowing me to show this to my community. I think it's pretty awesome. I also appreciate the Dirty Dan joining. You know, it's pretty unfortunate we couldn't get everybody on board. You know, Mr. Chetsky, poor Chetsky, got COVID. Absolutely. I really hope he recovers soon. And other content creators, unfortunately, had some real life commitment that they can make it. You know how it is. You know, not in KVK, everybody busy with real life. Everybody's doing their own thing. But guys, thanks to you as well. Thanks to everybody that turns up. I know the stream is short, I know, but you have to remember I started at midnight. I normally start around 10 o'clock and we hang out for like 4 hours. But unfortunately, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and I have to be up early tomorrow to do stuff with the family. Wild, Habibi Wild, Habibi Wild. How dare you? How dare you? Welcome, Wild. But guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everybody that showed up. Thank you for your support, and please don't forget to smash the like button if you haven't. Free support, and it's highly appreciated. But again, thanks for your love, thank you for your support, thank you for your time, thank you for your donos. Welcome to the new subscribers. Thank you for everybody that support me. Thank you, I love you. You are simply the best. Come closer. Boom, boom, baby. Let's go. And God willing, tomorrow we do Kingdom Spotlight for Kingdom 2563. I love you. And good night. See you, awesome people. Say what? What did I say? I wanted to say, see you, awesome people. I don't know what I say. Said something weird. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. Love you. See ya.